So you want to buy a house with your bestie? Today I want to talk to you about 3 things that you need to know about buying a house, because it's a common misconception that you can only buy a house by yourself or with somebody that you're actually married to, and that's not actually correct. So first of all, who can go on the loan with you? Well, you can buy a house with your spouse, you can buy a house with your best friend, your significant partner, or anybody else that would like to move into a house and live there with you. A lot of people say, okay, well, what if they don't want to live there with me? Because I just need help to buy a house, but I don't want them to live with me. Well, they can also co-sign with you on the loan and be what's called a non-occupant co-signer. Now, if they are a family member and they're a relation by blood, then, for example, like on an FHA loan, you can still have them be a non-occupant co-signer, which means they're going to live in the house that they live in, and all they're going to do is help guarantee the loan for you. Right? And if that's the case, then you're still only limited to your normal down payment requirements, which is on an FHA loan 3.5% or on a conventional loan 3%. Well, then the next question is, okay, well, what if they're not a blood relative? What if it's my best friend Joey, but we went to college and now he lives in 5 states over, but he's willing to help me qualify to buy my house? Well, they can also still co-sign for you, but the down payment is going to be a larger requirement. It's typically going to be 15%, whether you're doing an FHA or a conventional loan. So keep that in mind if you're trying to buy a house. As long as they're willing to go on the loan with you, they can typically co-sign with you, and all that's really going to be affected is whether they're going to live in the house or whether they're not going to live in the house, and what the size of the down payment is. Okay, so the next point I want to talk to you about is income, right? Because income is the biggest part of the whole thing. Why would you have someone co-sign if you could qualify on your own, right? Well, it's really simple. If you're trying to get someone to co-sign with you, you want to have someone who's got strong income and low debt, right? And so what we're talking about here is we all got that person that we know that they spend every dollar they have, right? So if they're making say $2,000 a month, they're already paying $1,000 in maybe rent, maybe they got a $750 car payment, and you're questioning, how do these people even make their ends meet, right? That's not the person that you want to ask to co-sign on the loan with you. What you're looking for is somebody who's really got a strong income. Maybe they live rent-free, maybe they don't have a lot of cars financed, just someone that's fiscally responsible, because overall what we're trying to do is add purchasing power by adding the non-occupant co-signer to the loan. So you want to find someone who's got strong income and low monthly expenses. Okay, so think about that when you're trying to ask, or thinking about who's going to be able to be a co-signer for you on the loan, right? So point number 3, right? Number 3 is credit, right? So just like we got to think about, someone who's got good income needs to be one to co-sign in on the loan with you. Credit needs to be at least as good or better than your credit, right? So maybe your aunt or your brother, right, or your sister, whoever, right, maybe they make well into 6 figures, right, and they'd love to help you buy a house. But if they've got a 540 credit score and you're riding on a 680 or something, that ain't going to help you at all. That's got to be at least as good as yours or better, because when we get these loans done, they go off the lower credit score, the lower middle credit score of both applicants, right? So they've got to have at least good credit, at least as good as yours, right? So 3 things to keep in mind: who, income, and credit. Those are the things you need to think about. If you got any questions about that, hit me up. I'd love to hear about any questions that you might have. We can help you figure out a way to get into a house or qualify. Here for you. So Nate the Mortgage Guy, love to hear from you. You can hit us on our website at duceloans.com, and hope you all have a great day.